encounters, we're going to go over some other genes that are in the gut section of your report. Now, understand I'm looking at the practitioner report, so your report doesn't have all the same data on it as this one does. But the genes that we're looking at are on the first few pages of your patient report on your genes. And they are this GRHPR gene, this family of three, and these ones that are titled oxalate genes. Actually, these are all have to do with oxalates. Oxalates are important for a few different things, and I'll be brief. The person that has a lot of defects in here, and I would say this person that we're looking at does not have a lot of defects in here, but if you have a 2, and some more ones than this person has, you have a considerable amount of oxalate gene defects. Problem with that is this. Oxalates are a subgroup of compounds found in foods that aren't bad because oxalates should never be absorbed. When you eat foods that are good green leafy vegetables have oxalates in them. So when you eat foods with oxalates, these genes right here make an enzyme that break them down, and then you deposit them in the toilet. So they never become a problem. But people that have lots of 2s and 1s through these oxalate genes don't do that very well. So then oxalates in their food become absorbed. And when you absorb oxalates, they circulate through your blood and then they try to exit through your kidneys. And that's what can cause kidney stones. So high levels of oxalates in your urine, which you can measure on a urinary organic acid test, which are some other labs that I like to do. Or just if we look at a genetic profile and the people have a lot of defects in these oxalate genes, a really good thing to keep in mind is, number one, you do not want to get dehydrated. So make sure you're staying hydrated. And number two, it's super easy to support this by taking a calcium supplement. So if I'm making a recommendation for a calcium supplement and you go, well, I don't need that, I don't have bone problems, it may be because you have a bunch of oxalate defects here. Or you have some urea acid cycle defects, your uric acid cycle defects down at the bottom of this. We'll talk about that in another video. But you combine defects in your uric acid cycle with defects in your oxalate genes, you are a perfect storm for kidney stones. And that can be a very, very painful thing to go through. And it's something fairly easy to support. Stay hydrated, number one. Number two, take a calcium supplement that will bind the oxalates in your gut, deposit them in the toilet. All right, hope that helps. Thanks.